looking to win a World Series event for the first time, of course. Lost the two finals in Glasgow, in Scotland, the last couple of years, the World Series finals to Michael van Gerwen, but never really had the success, Peter Wright, has he, that we thought he would do on the worldwide World Series event. Maybe a chance for this man, Rhys Mathewson, to cause an upset. We shall see.
You're exactly right, Stuart. I mean, Peter Wright in the last probably 3 years has come on leaps and bounds, and he's got a lot of bottle, good scoring power. Won the UK Open. You thought he was going to really push on from there, but you have to say the last couple of months, although he made the final of the match play, his leg-on-leg game, where he's normally so solid, has not really been there. And over this short distance, because the best of 11 for these guys is short, he's got to be careful in these first few legs, because Corey Cadby in Auckland, I mean, got in front of him quick, and he just didn't get back. So Rhys Mathewson, he will be thinking, right, get them first couple of legs under my belt, then I can move into him.
Great to be here in Melbourne. It's the first ever staging of the World Series event here.
The first leg, Peter, to
the local
first.
Fans have
Game
responded. On. Let's see if any of the Aussies could cause upsets here on the opening night. Now, we'll ask Rod to have a look at this over the first leg, but talking
60.
to Peter Wright the last couple of days, he has changed his throw. Actually, he said that the throw is coming more from in front of his eye than to the side of his eye, the side of his face. It's not so much a slingy action. Let's just have a look. You can see there he's holding the dart much more in front of his eye. Normally he holds it to the right.
140.
Well, you're right. I mean, it used to come from a lot further to the right of his face. But I'm a big believer in, he's played some absolutely brilliant darts with that throw. I'm all for making improvements, but sometimes it's just, he really needs to just perhaps stay on a throw that's really working on him. Do you know what I mean? He's had some great games over this year, won tournaments.
100.
Why do you have to change your complete throw?
Normally has a slingy action. But Peter Wright, he changes the darts, he changes his throw, he'll change everything in the search of perfection. But yeah, the problem against Cadby, there was no range or rhythm, and he had to come down to the treble 19, didn't he?
Yes, he was getting that first dart low all the time. I mean, those darts, are good
60.
guides. But normally you want a dart, obviously, sticking up right in the top of the treble, or just above the treble on that top wire, where Mathewson would rather have the dart low like that first one is.
59, Peter, 141.
But he's going to get 6 darts from here, Peter Wright. He's on his throw. Treble 19 would be handy. He's over to the 10s now. Yeah, that's a good setup shot from Peter Wright.
Well, that's some pressure from Mathewson, the man from Melbourne. Much more straight on, you can see there. Great angle of the darts.
No score.
Well, there we have it.
Rhys require 80.
What an opportunity here for Rhys Mathewson in the opening leg against the darts.
That's a perfect guide.
Yeah.
The way he stacks his darts, he's only got to pitch this on the flight, and it will bounce off the flight and straighten the double top. He overpitched. You can always underpitch on a dart when it sits like that, especially the V of the flight was absolutely perfect for him.
In the first leg, Peter Wright.
Well, that'll
second leg, Rhys to throw
settle him down a bit, Peter Wright. Well, a year ago in Sydney, Rhys Matthewson's
100.
caused one of the big upsets, beat James Wade in a last leg decider in the first round in Sydney, and then played Peter Wright in the quarterfinals. Wright was a 10-4 winner.
67.
That's 3 5s in 4 darts for Peter Wright. You know, I know he's come back with 2 treble 20s, but, you know, in his head, if he keeps hitting this 5, it's going to worry him, and he's going to be thinking, right, perhaps I need to do this, perhaps I need to do that. That's the last thing you want to do in the middle of a match, to just start tinkering with your
60.
darts, with your action. You know, if he's changed his action a little bit, he's got to commit to it 100%.
He's been practicing the last couple of days, but no matter which way you look at it, Rod, it's a massive gamble when you've been throwing the same way with a lot of success for so long. The frustration of Auckland has maybe got the better of Peter Wright, but...
Well, I think it's been coming on for a while. I mean, you talk to any professional dart player, to be quite honest, any sportsman, any golfer, when they're on form,
60.
they can change their swing and they're still going to do exactly what they want to do with it. But it's when you just come off the edge of your form and things are not going right with you, that's when the flaws of that bad throw that's crept in, or the darts are not quite right, that's when it's going to hurt you. And that's when you then start thinking about it too much, and then you start changing again, and it just, the spiral of form just goes down, and you've got to find a leveler to stop it, to be able to work back up. And we've seen other players that have not been able to find that level. They've just kept going downwards.
Peter Wright here with a chance to go 2 legs up, averaging just 80. Winner to play Michael Smith 81. Or David Platt.
Did you require 89?
Here's the ball.
53.
Again, that's high and wide to the left.
97.
Very rarely is Peter Wright putting any darts to the right of the target. It's all left, which suggests that the release is just not right. The action is just not fluent enough.
Well, by luck, not judgment, he's left double 18. That should be a good guide for him. 2-0 to Peter Wright.
Peter Wright. Third leg, Peter to throw first. Game on.
Well, he made the final of the match play, and he only had what you would call one really good game over the 100 average. The rest, he just got over the line, and that's not like the 100. Peter Wright's game, is it? Normally ultra consistent.
Well, Matthewson also qualified
85.
To play in Perth next weekend. Rhys Matthewson, you know, just missed out on a place in the World Championship through the Australian Order of Merit.
100.
In the end, he was just 8 points behind the eventual winner, Gordon Mathers, who clinched the Australian qualifying spot at the Alexandra Palace.
85.
One more spot open to the Aussies and the Kiwis at the end of October through the Oceanic Masters. End of October in New South Wales. Oceanic Masters with so much at stake. You know, Corey Cadby at the moment, maybe the next big thing to come out of Australia as far as darts is concerned, but hasn't qualified yet for the Ali Pali. That one last chance for him later on in the year.
140.
Well, that's only the second 140 for Peter Wright. He needs to up his scoring because, you know, if Reece starts to get into a little bit of form, he could be in trouble. But if he moves forward from this one, he knows that he's going to have to improve 30%.
65. Peter requires 76.
Long way off the treble.
He's yours in the third leg. Peter Wright.
But that's okay. 3-0 to Peter Wright. Far from his best. An experimental Peter Wright. But he's halfway to the victory that he wants.
96.
Not at his best by any means. Yeah, lives in Melbourne, originally from Tasmania. Mathewson, very much like Corey Cadby.
139.
Yeah, consistently good on the Aussie circuit in 2017. 2 wins, 5 other finals, 4 semi-finals, so he's been in some form. So far hasn't taken that form to the big stage here in Melbourne.
96.
Well, got a good chance here to get a leg on the board.
$58.
Well, Peter's not out of this leg. 140 here. That certainly, well, the 1-2-3 still gives him an outside chance.
123. He's required 112.
2 darts at the same treble, only requires 1 of them. Well, that's hidden a little bit. It's going to be hard to find the treble with that dart sitting there. He's gone for the 18s. So now Peter Wright will come back, Stu.
52.
2 ways of going. Treble 19 for double 19, or the
95.
25-20 bullseye, which I've got a feeling will be the 25 route. Old-fashioned route, we call it. Now the treble 19, double 18. Double 18, though he's hit this twice out of his 3 legs.
77.
I think Peter Wright slowed down a bit as well, you know. Well, that was a flyer. To split the difference now, Reece.
40. Peter require 18.
Going to go straight forward, I think.
4-0
it is, far from convincing, but the only stat that really matters is that legs column. Peter Wright has 4 of them, and he's 2 away.
Yes, all he needs to do is get over this game, and then he'll have a rethink about what he's been doing, and
140.
no doubt changed little bits here and there. We know what Peter Wright is. He changes an awful lot. Changed his darts as much as he changed his hairstyle, Stu.
59.
Well, Mathewson will be desperately disappointed with his performance, I'm sure.
140.
What do you make of the chopping and changing. I think we've just come to expect it from Peter Wright. I think, you know, I don't think
45.
the changing will ever change. If you see what I mean, he'll just keep tinkering with his game.
The trouble is, I mean, we've seen him play some exceptional games over the last couple of years. You know, then he'll turn up the next day with a totally different set of darts. I understand that he's trying to look for perfection. Well, he'll never find it.
59.
I just think that sometimes you just need to, you know, if you've got that set of darts he's played, just play with them for 2 or 3 months. But he's 5-0 up. But if you play with them for 2 or 3 months to really wear them in and know that they are the dart or they're not the dart, that you know, he can play brilliant, but literally the next day change those darts. That is what I can't understand.
Well, the next phase, it appears that he's looking at, he's playing with around 20 gram darts and having some developed that are 5 or 6 grams heavier. And that's a big jump. He's going to give those a go in September
91.
when he gets back in business on the Pro Tour.
Well, that is a massive difference. You know, if you said 5 grams on a dart, I mean, that's huge.
58.
And it's not only, you know, the weight that you hold in your hand, it's how big those darts are going to be in the treble 20. They're going to be a lot bigger. It makes the treble 20 look smaller once you put one in there. So there's so many things that just changing the dart, especially going up in weight and up in size, is going to cause. I mean, I know he was practicing with a Phil Taylor set of darts at one time, and that's just recently as well.
81.
All part of the charm of Peter Wright.
100.
We know Mathewson can play a lot better than this. Well, we saw it 12 months ago when he beat James Wade.
140.
Not been his night in Melbourne.
No, both Marlon and
60.
Mathewson have made it quite easy for the seeds. You're probably right, it's going to get 6 darts from it to wrap this match up. Oh, well, never know.
123.
Mathewson will have darts at a double, I would think.
Well, this would just be like Peter Wright. He needs the ball.
107. Reaching record
A
54.
long way off. But a chance here to avoid the whitewash for Rhys Mathewson.
34.
Well, those two darts rather
48.
summing up his night. And the double.
16. Reaching required 20.
He's a fair way off as well there, Peter Wright.
And
There we have it, the whitewash
Rhys
avoided.
Mathewson.
Peter Wright misses 2 darts for 6-0.
7
Well, that will
Peter
make
to throw first. Game on.
Mathewson feel a whole lot better.
But you were right, Peter's darts were a long way off that double 16. And again, they're sliding to the left.
76.
Now he's throwing quicker again. To remind you what's coming up, James Wade against Kohar Kakiri, the New Zealander. Then Michael Smith will play David Platt. Reminding you the winner of this
66.
looks like being Peter Wright will play the winner of that. Then Phil Taylor against the top New Zealander Cody Harris. Raymond van Barneveld against the Aussie sensation Corey Cadby. Gary Anderson and Justin Thompson. Anderson
100.
again the #1 seed here, and then what a match to round off the opening night in Melbourne. The all Aussie scrap between Simon Whitlock
137.
And the informed Kyle Anderson. Have a look here at this next throw, Rod. If he's has he reverted back to plan A with the throw?
60.
Let's have a look.
Well, he's taken it back
I think
a lot.
he has, yeah.
He's
I
taken
think
it back a lot
85,
further than
yeah.
what he was in the early part of
And
the
he's
game.
throwing quicker as well.
Yeah,
Plan
and
B
he's still
hasn't
sliding them
worked.
to the left. Yeah, he's still sliding them to the left though, which is it's a worry for a player. It means your release is just not online.
140.
I mean, hey, listen,
Here's your
he can do what he wants.
137.
This is not criticism of Peter Wright, far from it. He has his way of doing things, and it's been massively successful over the last 2 years. And
130.
I don't have a problem at all with him trying different things.
180.
There comes a time when you have to settle on one thing. Chance here for Mathewson, though. Oh, well then, Peter Wright was sat on double 12,
Reece Matheson.
and the Aussie gets another one back.
A flag Reece to throw first. Game on.
Well, if Peter does go on and win this, which he should do from here, he will know more than anybody else that this sort of performance is not going to get him any further. And he's been indifferent now for a
58.
couple of months. You know, you put him in the same category as James Wade, didn't you? They don't make many mistakes. You make a mistake, they're going to punish you for it. But at the moment,
60.
Peter is just not finding that bit of form that has raced him up the rankings over the last 3 to 4 years. See, I don't understand Reece not going down after the first dart. The way his
59.
darts laying that board, you know, he's a big, tall fella. That flight would have been hiding up all that treble 20. It's not normally the barrel, it's the flight that they can see that's masking the
100.
target. His ideal dart, if it's not going to be in the treble, it's just on the bottom wire. And see, that is a bad dart to try and go round, although he has found it this time.
100.
The first for Peter Wright.
140.
The thing is, in the early part of the game, his throw was a little bit shorter on the back lift. I would never suggest anyone shorten their back lift. If anything, you lengthen it. It gives you an extra split second to, you know, bring it in
42.
a lot slower, get it in the block position, you know, the set position, to be able to release it perfect. See, that rhythm is the rhythm that you should be throwing with.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely agree. Double the speed. The way he was throwing at the start of the match.
120.
Unlucky.
PG require 96.
Well, he missed darts to win 6-0. He'd left himself a chance to win 6-1, but his opponent took out 118. He went for double-double, double 18, double
40.
top.
Reece require 122.
Yeah, he's going to come back possibly with 2 darts at the double. However, Reece on 18s needs to find the treble to leave the ball. No, Wright should be
54.
coming back with 3 clear darts at the double.
PG
It's only
require
2.
56.
However, he's got to hit the big 16 first, which he does.
$16.
4 match darts.
Reece requires 68.
If Mathewson takes this out, Stu, you're going to see Peter Wright get a little bit edgy. Double 10.
Well, a great chance there for Reece Mathewson.
40.
Surely this time he'll get it right.
Game.
And he does.
And
Far from his
that's
best,
Peter
Peter
Wright.
Wright. Has got some thinking and plotting and planning to do, I'm sure, before the quarter.